Good afternoon, class. I'm Victor Castrajon, and this is my philosophy of education statement. I start off my statement with a quote that I personally always have to mind and that I always kind of write down either on my calendar or notebooks for certain classes. So the quote is, "Education is our passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today," by Malcolm X. And this was really stood out to me because not necessarily just the beginning of it saying education is the passport to the future, because as we know, there's many things that we could do that could provide a good future that doesn't have to require through education. But it was more for of when he says, "For tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today," because in any instance, the best way to succeed is to prepare for what you need to do. And if you don't prepare, then how can you get something done? If we have a test tomorrow and I don't study the night before or weeks leading up to it, days leading up to it, I shouldn't expect to do good. I should expect that I'm not going to do good. So I prepared to fail. And anything in life, if you don't, not preparing, is preparing to fail. So even if you don't do something, you are doing something and it won't be beneficial. And so I started off with that as the quote, and then I brought up my background of growing up in a Hispanic family where education wasn't really the priority in your life. It was mainly as long as you work hard and you have a good working job, that's all that really matters. But growing up through that, I got to see that the work that my family was doing, it wasn't work that I would want to do. And I did get to experience it. But fortunately, I am glad that I got to experience it because that ain't for me. Knowing that I could do or get a job that I want to do and have a passion for doing by just going to school, getting my degree, that led the path of okay, I've seen my parents work in the field, seen my brothers, aunts, uncles. I've got to experience it myself from growing up from the age 7 to 15, waking up summer mornings at 5 in the morning. It wasn't fun. So I knew that if, as long as I kept my head straight and I worked hard to be in the position that I need to be, in which I chose to get my education, go to school, I knew that as long as I do this, I most likely will never have to do a hard labor job like that just to make ends meet, or would have to make my children have to work in something like that. They would be able to see the example that, okay, if me, their dad, parent, got the education and is able to get a job like this to where they don't have to do hardworking labor, that they could do it as well. But as well, give them the experience that if they don't do something, whether it's educational or not, that this is an option. That for some people, it is an option. This is all that they have. And so I started it off with that, and then continued with, I believe the opportunity I have to become a teacher will not only give me the chance to better myself, but each individual that steps in the classroom. And as I say more throughout this paragraph, I state that I feel as a teacher, you're not just there to teach students about the educational content, but more making them a better individual. And I learned that through coaching in football. We want our team to be good. We want our kids to learn the plays, to win. But ideally, what I got out of it was I met this kid the beginning of the week, and this is how he was. By the end of the season, how much different is he? Did he progress, not just athletically, but as well as a person? Or did he regress, or did he stay the same? And that allows me to know that what I need to work on. And then my goal is to not only hope every student gets the education they can or to further into the educational background, but as I said in the beginning, but it's more to just better them as a person and get them ready in the world in whatever it is that they want to do, whether it's work, construction, retail, just being a civilian in our human world, possibly being a future parent, a father, a mother. They could become better brothers, sisters, sons, daughters, whatever it is that you name it. That I believe that the impact that I should leave on students, or from my philosophy, is not just on the educational content that I'm going to be teaching, but more so of just making them a better person. The end.